Hey, Jeff here. I'm back. So, as promised in my video yesterday, the third and final shipment of Black Friday mail order stuff that I purchased last week has arrived. Pretty much, there's actually a second piece of it too that came in from a. I'll tell you about that in a second. The bulk of what I received today was from Rox Records, and Rox Records had this humongous, like 50% off of everything in the store. It included the Rox Records. It included the Christian Metal Distro, which is one of their side labels where they carry stuff that's like third-party stuff, not made by Rox directly, and No Life Till Metal, which of course is Scott Waters' side. I didn't actually get anything from his section because I think I've got most everything I need from him. But the bulk of this is actually from Christian Metal Distro because I pretty much have all the Rox things too, except there were a couple in here from Rox. I kind of stuck with, I went into it with the attitude of picking up things that I had not, to fill in the slots, things I just hadn't purchased yet, things at a really good deal. But I ended up finding, my order ended up being mostly vinyl because it was 50% off. So let's jump right into this. I knew nothing about this. This has been on the Rock site for a couple years, ever since I started buying vinyl. It's called Stand or Fall by Blood of Martyrs. It's just a little 7-inch single. It didn't really say a whole lot about what it was. It was just the last remaining copies of this single. I wasn't sure what kind of music it was. But, I knew it had to be something somewhat aggressive. And it ended up being, it's kind of almost a hardcore, little not quite as punky, but at pretty much hardcore. It's kind of neat. It's just a little 7-inch. It is on clear vinyl, and there's 2 songs on one side and one, I believe, on the other. Anyway, so that was just neat. I threw it on when I got home, and yeah, it's aggressive. A little leans towards hardcore for what I would think described. Anyway, this is one that's shown. Scott shows it a lot because he helped with the artwork, but I picked up Live Planetarium by Mortification. My first Mortification on vinyl. There's, they've been reissuing a lot of their stuff, but, and I have all of the Mortification stuff on CD, but I just wasn't sure if I wanted to jump in with all the vinyl on this. But, at half price, this one was covered in there, so I went ahead and grabbed it. It's the live album. The other reason I grabbed it is because it's the only one I don't have on CD. It's on black. I didn't actually have a copy of this. I did back in the day, but for some reason I don't have it anymore, and I don't even have it digitally, so I figured I'd go ahead and grab that. So that was that. Then I made the decision to go ahead and fill in some of the slots for the Rox Underground Record series. I never did purchase this one because, I wasn't really wanting to get the more extreme music. This is borderline. This is actually stuff I like. It's a little more thrash. It's a little more old school. I went ahead and grabbed it. I should have. I don't know why I didn't, but I should have went ahead and grabbed the CD because I believe there's more tracks on the CD. I have to double check that. But there is a vinyl only track on here, so, I wanted to go ahead and complete the series as much as I could. I'm never probably going to ever get a copy of number 3, The Oracle. And I really don't have much of a desire for the number 1, but I think I've got most of the other ones. So, and I picked up number 8. Again, a little more death metal than I really like, but I had the CD on this that Bill sent me a while back, and I figured, well, let's complete the selection with the vinyl, and because it wasn't as bad as when I first listened to it. So this one, actually, I don't know why they threw that in there, but this came with one of those black cardboard sleeves. Scott always talks about how he puts his in those because they come in these J cards, and he always puts these in there. So I don't know, maybe somebody accidentally stuck one in there and left it, but that's in here. The only thing weird about it is it kind of doesn't let the cover, it doesn't close as well. Because it's a little bigger than it needs to be. So, well, we'll work it out. That was good enough. Then, this was a good score at the price. Narnia, We Still Believe. This is a double record live album, and it's a gatefold. Very cool. And if you've watched any of my, previous videos over the past couple months, I've been getting the various Narnia things on vinyl that have been coming out. It's on black, I believe. Yeah, it's just on regular. It's in polyline sleeves, so it's really, really nice. But But this one was a bit pricey. For I mean, it was just one of those things. I was like, well, I'll get it one day. I believe it was over $30, and then so with the 50% sale, I'm like, I could not pass it up to get the double release for the like $15 or $16. So yes, I think this is the only other Narnia vinyl release that I needed. Okay, these next four are all by the same artist. They are artists. They are releases that were carried. Like I say, Christian Metal Distro is where he carries stuff that he buys from other publishers. I've had my eye on these for a couple years. At one point, they were on sale on the website of their website, the band website. I forget how much it was. It was pretty much a good deal, but to get all of these, was just too much at the time. So I went ahead and grabbed them at this point from Bill's site because his price on the site was less than her price on her site, and then you take 50% off, and they went down to just over $11. But I'm talking about Leah, and I picked up the four releases he had. This one here is a double gatefold. It is a double record set. I believe, I think these are all these most of these are black. Now I believe that what I've got here is all of the vinyl releases she has. I just don't have the brand new album, so that one just came out. Anyway, so this is Kings and Queens. Now, if you're not familiar with her music, very medieval looking. You can see symphonic, Celtic, kind of medieval sounding. At times, like a symphonic metal. At other times, it's a little more, I don't even know the word for it. More mellow, but sometimes it feels like you're in a Lord of the Rings story or something. So, got that one. I got Otherworld. Yeah. Sorry, cut that off for a second. As likewise on black. This was her 2017 release. What was the other one? Just in case you're interested. 2000. Okay, these must have all been 2017 on vinyl because they're all 2017. This is one of our earlier ones here. Yeah, this is 2017 too. Strictly limited to 300 copies of Earth and Angels. I believe this is also. Yeah. So now, technically this would be. It's tough to put it in a box and say it's Christian music. She is a Christian. She's a homeschool mom. She's from Canada. She just records music. She doesn't tour or anything like that. She's unable to do that. She has a bunch, some children and stuff to take care of as a homeschooler, and so she is, personally Christian, and some of that spirituality may come through on this. But these are not like, sing praise about Jesus albums. So don't be turned off by that. She's really talented. And then this is the more recent, not the brand new one that just came out, but this would have been, I guess, last year, 2018. Now, this was a surprise in the sense this is also a double record set. It's in a gatefold, and I got the records in now. I'll take those out. It's in the gatefold. There's a picture on the back. This is limited to 500 copies worldwide. And I am pretty sure, at least, I don't recall seeing anything on the website, on Bill's site, where these were anything but black. I'm almost sure. Because when I went to her site and looked, she had color vinyl on her site for like $40-something. And like I say, Bill had these for 20-something. But here, I got it and it had a sticker saying limited color vinyl. And they are clear, translucent, more or less. So that was a big surprise because I'm pretty sure these were more costly than the black. So this I find was a very, very, very good deal. So I got the 4 albums by her. Like I said, there's a brand new one that just came out. And it's available in color vinyl, but I didn't pull the trigger on buying that. I did buy the download to at least have it because I had downloads of those. This was one. Okay, so that's all rocks. I did get a second package from Boone's Overstock, retroactive related stuff, mainly because both retroactive and Girder throughout the whole weekend from Friday through Monday kept adding stuff. They said they had like 100 items for sale or 150. You know, each one had a different number. And Saturday, hey, we added 20 more items. Sunday, we added more items. Monday, we added more items. So I ended up going back to Boone's and buying a second order, mostly of CDs. But I did pick up this Steve Camp, Saying It With Love. Now, Steve Camp is a contemporary Christian pop type stuff, and this is like his first album, I believe. The other day at a thrift store, a couple videos back, I showed where I picked up an album that I'd never heard by him, never had by him, didn't even know existed, and I think that was like his third album. So this is earlier. I have had a digital copy of this for many, 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 many years, but I went ahead and picked it up on vinyl because it was there and it was on sale, so I grabbed that. Now the rest of this is CDs. Oh, I'm gonna go back. These are the ones I got from Rocks with those other records. Happy Holidays, Best of 2019. The Rock sampler gets thrown in with all the orders. And it's got stuff on here. It's got a couple exclusive tracks, which is nice. And then it's got a bunch of stuff from Rock's record releases over the year. And a couple from the No Life Till Metal stuff like The Helix and Mass and Veil of Deception. So some of Scott's label stuff is on there too. I picked up Scott Waters' band. This is Heart of Metal, Ultimatum. I picked up this on vinyl a few months back, but of course the CD version has like twice as many songs. It's got 18 songs. It's kind of a best of. It's got some remixes. It's got some alternate takes type stuff, and so it was remixes and stuff like that. It was a little different. So even though I had the vinyl that had like 10 songs, I went ahead and grabbed the CD for 18 because again, half off. Lust Control, Feminazi. I believe somebody sent me the download tracks for this a while back, but I figured while it was on sale, wanted to grab it. Lust Control is, if you haven't heard them, they've got a couple CDs out, and I don't know, last year I showed the vinyl release of a new album they have. A lot of their songs are dealing with sexual purity and impurity and sexual sins and kind of very punkish feeling. And the vocalist for this for many years wasn't known, but it is now known that the vocalist is Doug Van Pelt from Heaven's Metal Magazine. Now this was their 1994 album. It came out on cassette only. Rocks went ahead and put it out on CD. It's got a bunch of bonus tracks on here too. The original album had like 4 tracks on it, and this one has live tracks and some other stuff. And so we've got a total of 15 tracks on here. And so it was, I went over and get it. It was, professionally done there by Rocks, and all of their old cassette stuff has been reissued. So I figured I might as well get this one. It's funny because every time he would advertise this on Facebook, almost every time, a lot of times he would advertise this on Facebook, they would shut him down because the artwork was questionable. The title, it was, he would be thrown in Facebook jail. This one goes with this. All right, so I did, like I say, then I got more stuff in from from Boone's Overstock. So this actually just came with it because it came out at the same time. Perpetual Paranoia. This was a pre-release, and it's got some glare, and it finally came in. So what this band is it's Dale Thompson from Bride. And then it's got, has some guests on here too, but it's a guitar player from Hand of Fire. If you're familiar with Hand of Fire, they have an album out. I think Rocks may have put it out, one of them. Very cool, old school thrash, very cool stuff. And so this is kind of not really thrash because it's got Dale Thompson singing on vocals, but it's got his vocals, and then it's kind of just really heavy metal. This one also has some guitar solos from Paul Jackson, who plays with Bloodgood, Oz Fox of Striper, Troy Thompson of Bride, and of course the guy from Hand of Fire, Diego de Souza. So it is. It's also got some vocals on here by Les Carlson of Bloodgood, Chaz Bond of Biogenesis. Showed one of the recent vinyls by them recently. I don't know who JT from Metal Nombre is, and of course Dale Thompson from Bride. Layout and design by Scott Waters. You know what's? I have a digital copy that was sent to me of their first album, but I guess he didn't have the CD on sale, or I would have probably picked that up just to have them both on CD. So I picked that up. That's brand new. Like I said, pre-order, so it just came in. Generation. These are just things that were on sale for really cheap, and so I wanted to get them to fill. I had this album way back in the day. This is like 1993. It's industrial metal. It's got Franklin. What's his name? Why am I drawing a blank? I just looked at it. The guitar player from Trouble, Bruce Franklin, guitar player from Trouble, plays on here, and so it is industrial. And I had this back in the day. I don't know, years ago I must have sold it just to make up some money. So I picked that up because it was really cheap. This is The World Will Burn. Again, Dale Thompson from Bride on vocals. And this is their second album. I have their first. So I picked up their second, and now their third's about to come out. He's just collaborating, Dale Thompson's been collaborating with a bunch of different people, and so this is one of them, and that Perpetual Paranoia. And he's still, whenever they do Bride, but he's lending his vocal talents to a bunch of other things. One Bad Pig, a Christian band, the original 1986 demo of one of the early Christian punk bands. I have everything by them, but I never have had a legitimate copy of this first album. I didn't realize that they had been on CD like this because it was on vinyl, and somebody sold a copy of the vinyl the other day for $50. I should have jumped on it, but it's a lot. I grabbed this for under 10. So this is cool. It's got 6 songs. I've heard all the songs. I had copies of this back in the day, but don't have a copy anymore. Never had a physical copy. I have copies of the tracks. And then this was a new one, and I don't know. I guess these would be classified. I don't know if they're Livesay. I don't know necessarily if they're a Christian band, but they're described as very Dream Theater-esque, that kind of a prog metal. Now they have a brand new album that just came out last year, and I downloaded a copy of it to review, and it's very commercial, not so much proggy, but this is their early stuff from 2000 and somewhere around there. So I picked these up again. They were like $5 that he was selling. Now, the thing that I got him, I didn't realize this. I hope that he didn't sell me his personal copy by accident, but it is autographed, if you can see that, with silver Sharpie there. 3 of the guys in the band autographed this. And then I opened the second one, Awake the Giant, and 3 more. Same guys, I guess, probably. I didn't compare, but yeah, they're autographed here, and then right there, these 2 here. So nothing on the site said they were autographed. Nothing on there says that they were all autographed. So I don't know if I got, and they were open already, obviously. So anyway, I don't know. A little added bonus. Somebody must have saw them live, or they autographed them and sold them that way. But anyway, picked them up, and now I have the newest album digitally. So I think there might be one album I don't have. Yes. So anyway, that is all, and that's a lot. And I didn't, I won't go any further. That, I believe, is it for what I had purchased on Black Friday. The Rocks Records haul was the biggest one that I was waiting for, and I'm thrilled because there's just so many records there that I've been wanting to get, and such great prices. I really hope I didn't break the bank with him. I swear he must have lost some money on me because these things were really cheap. I love it. Love you for watching. Thanks for watching. Rock on. Have a good one. I'll be back soon. Good night.